Long ago and far away, in a small town which time has forgotten, there lived a child for whom the arts were everything. Deep within the DNA, an artistic journey was ignited. Now, many years later, that child's journey and the small town are threatened with extinction by an invisible energy of fear and indifference. The time is the present. Imagine yourself inside the human body.
It's a war out there. I feel alone even though I'm one of hundreds of trillions of cells in the human body. Do you have any idea of what I go through every day? You think you have troubles. The whole world affects me through the human I live in, whom I affectionately call person. My main job is deep within a telomere on a chromosome, where I attempt to prolong life. Excuse my manners. I didn't introduce myself. My birth name is Cellulitis, because the powers that be thought I'd probably be a royal pain in the you-know-what. You can call me Cell for short, that's with one L. To know me is to love me, and I know you're lovable too, because I'm in all of you. I wouldn't be here today if my cell therapist hadn't told me I have to stop hanging out with only genius cells and spend more time with regular cells, so I can move forward with my mission. Small towns are dying, and I want to save them through the arts. I need your help. Do you hear that rhythm? It reminds me of our very long history, who we are. Look around. What do you see? Who am I? What am I? I'm everywhere. In the air, on the ground. See, hear, feel. Know me. Look again. I am the cell of creativity. I am art. I am artist. I've written a song for you. Maestro, sax, please. No, not sex. Sax. I'll be right there. Don't you just love musicians?
Excuse my interruption. While Cell is self-medicating with music, I'll introduce myself. I'm Cell's person. You could say I'm the leader, but Cell's been around much longer and would disagree. Actually, Cell tells my story better than I, especially the painful parts, which I tend to avoid. Do I dare to touch the pain? Do you? It's all a roller coaster ride, isn't it? Laughter and tears, too often hiding who we really are. Cell, where are you? I need you. But I like talking to you in real time. We have a big problem. Our town's going to lose its charter and eventually disappear if it doesn't improve its infrastructure and finances.
Sounds like we need a major inspiration to turn things around. Been there, done that. How about a fundraiser? Maybe a play. Better yet, a musical. We're good at that sort of thing.
You always say we, but I get to do all the work, while you give me ideas and get all the historical glory. No way. I'm still recuperating from your last mission. You're exhausting me.
Do you want to have to move because the town disappears? A fundraiser would show intent, initiative, and get people motivated. It's not meant to solve the whole problem. It's a beginning.
I'll think about it.
Don't take too long. You're not getting any younger.
Look who's talking.
With Cell's help, Person wrote a musical, put a team together, struggled through rehearsals, got the publicity out, and prepared for opening night. We're about to witness either a miracle or a disaster. That's showbiz.
Hello, world. I'm here to help you. Bad habits build up in the spirit, mind, and body waiting to rebel. It's a debt waiting to be paid. The good news is that the whole of human neglect and pain allows the light to enter and heal past, present, and future. I'm here to remind you of all that.
This isn't vaudeville or the circus, both great theater. You can't wear that. You look like a monk. This isn't a dress rehearsal. It's real life.
This is how I want the world to see me. Get over it. Have you looked in a mirror lately? You look like a grape.
Cute. I'm tuning into the universe. And you can't use that music. It's copyrighted and weird.
It's pre-1920, public domain. And sometimes weird is good. Haven't I taught you anything? We're recycling music. Have a little faith. Let's get this show on the road.
In the 1660s, Robert Hooke looked through a microscope at a piece of cork, which looked like a box of tiny rooms. He called them cellula, after the private spaces monks lived in. Is that why you want to dress like that?
Bingo. I'm glad you know your cell history. Do you remember why I call you person?
Clever. No, I don't remember.
You're probably repressing it because you don't like its deeper meaning.
You're so Freudian. I just love that about you, especially when directed at me.
I merely speak truth, but sometimes with twisted tongue.
Why are you funny? Given your history, shouldn't you be more serious?
I used to be serious most of the time, especially when I was building life. Humor is crucial for sustaining life.
Back to the question of the moment. What is the deeper meaning of my name?
The word person comes from a root word, meaning human being, but it also means an assumed character, a mask or false face. Need I say more? Maestro, we're ready for that music now. Ooh, love that rhythm. You're probably thinking, what kind of weirdness is this? On the other hand, you're curious about where this thing is going, right? You're human by nature, curious. That's how we survive. And person, you're more curious than most. You think you've got troubles? I'm in a strange neighborhood. My neighbors look the same. I can't travel or I'd go. No legs or arms have I. I hang around full of wonder and woe. No one understands me. DNA is the key. I've trillions of cousins. Some are like me. We divide to multiply. How weird is that? We have strength in numbers. We're happy to chat. My dream is to travel to faraway places, see different things, meet new shiny faces. Just me and my suitcase full of hopes and dreams, to discover and adventure while my smiling face beams. But here I am, a huge job have I, to divide so I multiply. Do you know why? My dream is to travel to faraway places, to see different things, meet new shiny faces. Join me in my quest to travel and grow, to bask in the light of all that we know, to bask in the light of all that we know.
Get the person false face meaning. I'm not the only one who doesn't tell all. Most people assume a face they think is acceptable. It's human nature. It also applies to towns. Our town isn't sure of what it is anymore, and it's struggling to find a new identity. The old one isn't working. The townspeople are struggling to be more of themselves. How can they do that if the town doesn't know what it is?
I'm impressed. It seems you do listen to me sometimes.
You know, I also get original thoughts. It isn't always about you and your thousands of years of experience. Sometimes you sound like you have a big ego.
I am what I am.
As long as I live, I may never fully understand you.
You're not supposed to. Back to more practical matters. We have bigger issues right now. Joshua, Harry, Gladys, Sylphium, and Lieben are on the war path again, this time because of your issues with the town's struggle. They don't like the way you stay under the radar because you don't like confrontation or politics. They're coming for a meeting. Please be pleasant.
Oh, we're back to that again.
They're your alter egos. Don't blame it on me. They just want to help you, help the town. Just go with the flow. I've never understood what that really means, but I'm surrounded by liquid.
Not exactly my forte. Why don't you take care of them? That's more your style.
Person, you know I love you, but sometimes you...
Okay, I'll behave. Bring them in. Let the games begin.
This is serious. If you don't take care of this now, we could have a crisis on our hands. They'll mutiny. It wasn't a pretty sight the last time that happened. I'll be right back.
The price we pay for being so complex. Why are there so many moving parts? Why does life have to be so complicated?
Here we are. Person, you remember the gang?
They won't let me forget. Hi. Where's Sulfium and Lieben?
They're exhausted. They'll call in as needed. You've been overworking them recently.
My workouts make me happy. They remind me of when I could dance before the accident. I don't know who I am anymore. Life feels like a balancing act. All I want is to be me, what I'm meant to be. I like writing, but that wasn't the dream. I remember it as if it were yesterday. Who will I be if I'm not me anymore? Was it only a dream, what I was before? Doctors say I won't walk, I don't listen, let them talk. I will dance again, hear me now. I will dance again, God show me how. Is this real or just a dream? Can I wake up if I scream? I will dance again or turn to dust. It's my life. Dance I must. I'm Mama's special dancer and the family pride. What would happen if our dream just died? I will dance again and leap up high. Let me dance again, I cannot die. Let my passion show and dance from inside. Let my terror fade, let my weakness hide. Feeling from the inside, that's how I'll grow. Feeling from the inside, that's all I know. I won't let it go, I'll hang on tight. I'll fill with hope, I won't feel fright. Light my dream, hear my prayer. Show me a life that is rare. Feeling from the inside, feeling from the inside, feeling from the inside now. Feeling from the inside, feeling from the inside, feeling from the inside now.
Person, you need to laugh more. It will keep you young. And you're a little sensitive about personal questions people ask you. Don't take it all so seriously.
I'm glad Person's trying to keep some privacy in a digital world where people tell all. Age? What's next? Sex life? And Harry, you hate it when your age is mentioned.
I just love the way y'all speak so openly. You're all hot.
That's your influence. You're at the heart of us all. Always want to get to the heart of the matter.
Very clever. Sounds like my friend the liver is getting a little leakage in the gallbladder.
It's not like you to be filled with irony. Aren't you a little out of your area? That's my domain.
You're on a roll today.
Lieben, Sophium, play nice. We're here to help person.
Please focus on supporting me and don't concern yourself with unnecessary particulars. I am who I am. But for the record, I feel comfortable with males and females. That's all that matters. And mentally, I'm working on being about 30.
Person, with your permission, I offer a prayer. We are the children. The children. Dare I say the words we hid with the pain? The truth of thousands of years. Families struggling with faceless threats, dying in wars born of ignorance and hate, invisible in life, vivid in the arts and memory. Forgiveness always an option to release the pain. Time to release the pain. Time to release creativity, moving forward into possibilities. Think the possibilities. Think the possibilities. Amen. We're here to come up with ideas which might help us save the town. Our human path is the connection between our biological evolution and our spirit. We strive to reconnect on our spirit to the natural world and universal law. Amen.
Always with the praying. Always with the praying. Why not start off with a good joke?
Harry, please respect Joshua. Prayer never hurt anyone. It's been around a lot longer than you. Some things never change. I can always count on Joshua as a voice of reason.
Let's have a fashion show. Fashion is the hope of the world. Does this outfit make my butt look big? We should all have name tags. I can't remember everyone's name, especially the heart and liver.
Name tags? Are we a Tupperware convention? We're unconventional and a bit weird. Why? Why is everything about prayer with him?
Harry, that's rude.
Sorry. I'm hungry. Didn't have lunch.
You know how we feel about skipping meals.
Fuel the fire.
In order for the town to grow, people have to grow. That means we all have to grow. We have to set an example. I struggle with growth every day because growth usually involves change and sometimes pain. Do I dare to touch the pain? Within the blur of a somewhat privileged life, where's the truth? Told at a young age that I don't know what real suffering is. Living with a technicolor view, shielded from the mess outside. The simple act of having a real job, whatever that means, and knowing the pain of basic survival is foreign, delivered in sound bites from the media.
Am I a shallow person? Smiling, believing the best is yet to come, yet prepping for the inevitable storm? In my head, platitudes reign supreme. Smile, and the world smiles with you. Cry, and you cry alone. Walk with pride. Truth rises to the surface. Be yourself. God knows all. Last but not least, the gilded platitude. Always wear clean underwear without holes.
We're all different, but we're also the same. For me, there's always some microscopic biological activity going on. This morning, just when I thought things were calm, chaos broke loose, and I'm an order kind of cell. Person ate sausage, biscuit, and gravy. You're probably thinking, who cares? What I eat is my business, and how would you know what I eat? Here's a news flash for you. All cells in your body have the ability to think like brain cells. I get messages from the brain, mouth, feet, stomach, back, you name it. I figure out how to deal with it all, and I can send messages back to any part of the body. It makes for an interesting, but sometimes confusing life.
I was enjoying a quiet moment when I got a strong signal about a rush of protein, fat, and sugar.
Me too. As person's heart, I'm involved in everything, including person's eating habits. When person eats sausage, biscuits, and gravy too often, it isn't easy. The human body is powerful, but it needs help from all of us, especially you.
Food is important, but again, I ask, how do I dare to touch the pain of trying to be who I'm meant to be? Or did I already confront it head on, ride it like a roller coaster, and survive? Sometimes I feel like I'm flowing with the tide, marking time in the healing salty sea and sandy crystals. Maybe time has smothered the flames of pain into ashes hiding in the corners of my mind. Maybe my emotional baggage keeps repeating itself like a haunting melody. Maybe some of the pain is mixed with the joy of achievement. Do we celebrate our suffering more than joy and our weakness more than strength? Maybe we should focus on our strength and joy. Joshua is our often silent but loyal listener.
Yearning, quietly reaching, waiting to be a part of something greater than itself. A community sharing the deep nature of artistry and healing, creating change and a new awareness of being. We deserve to be truly alive, growing in spirit, mind, and body. Imagine, visualize a town filled with purpose and harmony. A light flickers on the horizon. It calls for passion. Without the timeless passion of artistry, what are we? Who are we? We are artistry, the soul of civilization, the history of humanity, always shape-shifting the journey, wherever it takes us. New Smyrna Beach, Florida opens possibilities. Its spirit is alive.
ACA ties together all the pieces of my passion for my music, visual arts, writing, and community involvement. Artists' experience at ACA changed the conversation about the arts in New Smyrna Beach and the global community.
Soundscape is a vital natural resource that gives us information about the health of our environment and our own wellness. Atlantic Center for the Arts has led sound walks for many years in Central Florida and recently established a unique artist residency program with Canaveral National Seashore. The ACA Soundscape Field Station Residency is designed for musicians, composers, sound artists, and soundscape ecologists to discover sustainable solutions to noise pollution and raise awareness of sound as an important indicator of the health of all living things.
Freedom Quilt is located at Pettis Park in New Smyrna Beach, Florida. It was inspired by Harriet Tubman. I'm so fascinated by her determination to free her people by any means necessary. The quilt was commissioned by Atlantic Center for the Arts and the City of New Smyrna Beach. My vision is to bring in a creative but historical component that would engage the kids and the parents of the community and open them up to learning in a new and exciting experience. Everyone is welcome to participate in the development of the quilt. I am Sharika Morris, Executive Director of Peace Arts. I am passionate about art and using my art as a platform to change the lives of the kids and the community around me. Art impacts everything around us. Imagine a world without art.
Sally's a Visionary was an opportunity for me to work with two very good friends. So it was perfect timing for me.
I wanted to be involved in something that gave me purpose, that something I could really be invested in.
Susan said, come on, you've got to have an idea of what you're going to do next. She's the eternal guide and counselor. And I said, yes, I do. We need to do something about our downtown. We need to do something about the economy of Canal Street because it's dying.
In 2010, my wife came home one day and said, I donated $1,000 to the Hub-on Canal today. And I said, what the hell is the Hub-on Canal? Because in 2010, it didn't exist.
Sometimes I feel like I'm wandering far from the origins of my cushy beginnings. Painful historical memory blunted within the sheltered protection of fear-filled generations removed from harm. 1,000 miles away, war generated horrors born of insanity and hatred. We're born into the DNA of the remembrance of centuries. Too many people blocking the pain and truth of remembrance, and sometimes lacking in their own milk of human kindness. Current haunting reminders to confront our humanity, always trying to avoid the trappings of wannabe hate-mongers. To be angry and hostile in response is to miss the point. I want to write about it all. I call myself an artist, but deal too often with writer's block, a mystery unresolved. How do I find the words which struggle to bubble to the surface? What I say is not all that I am. I begin where illusion ends. So many voices in my head urge me to say not what's needed. I'm a storyteller who writes, but the dream is bigger. I feel it, can't see it. Blocked, spiritual, mental, physical, conspire to hide creativity in shadows, yearning for the light. We're wired for creative passion. It's in our DNA. Destructive addictions gone astray. No meaning without the passion. We're wired for creative passion. For all artistic journeys, here as creative vessels, blocks releasing, ideas flowing. You can see, hear it coming, smell or taste it, almost touch it, all at once in a glow of knowing. Blocks dissolve, blocks dissolve. Whoosh.
Person, I hear you. I've been with you through it all. Know that I've shared your pain and joy. I call out the truth to you, and sometimes it causes twinges. I'm your heart, the center of you all. Sometimes delight stirs the creation of a song or dance in the middle of the night when you can't sleep. Your joy of being able to dream awake and dance and sing feeds me. Moonlit naked truth takes center stage in the sleepless night, and I feel its innocence. It nurtures me. It's ageless. You're confused about your age. Your body speaks to you of youth, younger than a number. You avoid that conversation. Your mind stopped counting at 20-something. You're a child of the earth, full of hope and imagination. You avoid the company of cold and bony butts decorated in jewels and tweet with Botox. Intellectual jazz stimulates you. Dare to touch that part. Those parts so deep to blow you into a special journey through space and time. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. The oldies but goodies often said it best.
KISS, Kiss Life, means keep it simple, stupid. Listen to the music, any kind of music. Think good thoughts. Negative thoughts filter through me. I'm like a toxic waste dump. Too much negative thinking is toxic to me.
Family advice rings in my head. Do as I say, not as I do. Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean no one's out to get you. Mom heals with Let's share a concoction of milk, chocolate, coffee, and cola with 2 straws. I tease her about its strangeness, and no name for it then. Now it's called a mocha-cola, and my addiction of choice. A love-fest taste memory, healthful, invigorating, like getting a big hug. Fond memories feed my soul in silence. Have you ever had a healing hugly? It's a life-affirming, wonderful, warm hug that eases ugliness, loss, and pain. Do you ever replay your life like a video in your mind?
How do we become a community of people, kicking or dancing, screaming or singing, crying or laughing, pushing away or hugging? Eons, centuries, years, moments, all creating community. History is recorded within cells. I'm loaded with stuff. It can take a lifetime for some people to discover the roots of their family history. Countless people have traveled far and wide to find a connection to their heritage. Others are part of generations living in the same town. They share a common bond of culture and history.
It's both wonderful and challenging when history stares you in the face at the same time as the present and future. It's our connections to each other and the past which breathe life into us. They come and go too quickly, and the future is now. But we can reach out and touch them forever. Most of all, we can embrace them as part of our being, because they are a part of our journey, past, present, and future. Through generations, families pass down stories and they take on a life of their own. Facts shapeshift over time, but the essence remains the same. Stories range from peaceful times in classrooms to turbulent times mixed with love and hate, within a mix of culture and faith.
The results of Thurgood Marshall's actions are the reason Black America has advanced today. He changed laws.
All propelled family and community traditions for generations. For millennia, dating back to Abraham, Moses, and King Saul, David and Solomon throughout the land of Israel, Africa and Europe. Survival was challenged. Love and hate do a dance which molds history, which repeats itself as if no lessons are learned. Now, families are descended from people throughout the earth. Stories abound of strength and weakness, joy and sorrow, success and failure, survival embracing countless cultures and faiths.
I think the reason I became an artist is locked away in a box inside my mind that I cannot inspect. The idea was to live off of the work, but I think at bottom, it's about the desire for freedom. Freedom to selectively ignore what the culture instructs me to do and live life on my own terms to the degree that such a thing is possible. My name is Brian R. Owens, and I'm a sculptor.
Not a battleground of enemies. Your body is an orchestration of rhythm with its own beat in response to everyday events. Memory returns often in mysterious and unpredictable ways, always part of your fabric of being. The greatest gift is to merge with the memories and become one with your body's story, the good and the bad, inspiring action and dream. Here's to those who don't have enough time to make dreams come true. The only fools worth suffering are those who dare to dream, those who create while kissing the space-time continuum, embracing the mysteries of the universe, and knowing how to make a precious moment last. Being in the moment is often the greatest gift you can give yourself.
I may be microscopic, but I like to think I function like a chief executive officer of a major corporation. Even though I might not know every spreadsheet detailing how much it costs to keep a human body running and healthy, I know about the importance of setting schedules, inspiring, coordinating, and building a strong and healthy body. It requires quality management within the support of countless working parts, as well as cooperation from each of you. Part of that process involves the importance of seeing and not just looking, listening beyond hearing, and sensing and intuiting beyond the 5 basic senses. I don't need to be a CEO to know that preventing illness is cheaper than treating it.
Pip alert! Pip alert! Don't kill a messenger. It's my job to keep track of potential toxins entering and leaving the body. It's a nicer expression. Would you rather I be graphic with poop in the pipe? I didn't think so. May I continue? Poop in the pipe is making its way around the curve in the digestive tract, cramping and gas to follow. Person, you need more exercise and fluid.
Does the whole world have to know my personal business?
The digital world changed all that. You have to take the good with the bad. Remember years ago when you envisioned carrying your office in a briefcase? You can go anywhere with whatever you need. Good with the bad.
You're right. One of my favorite memories is sitting on a stool in a restaurant at the beach. I was looking out an open window. It was a scene in motion. I took pictures with my small digital camera, which has a motion button. I like art to move. I put on my headset and listened to music and recorded notes on my tiny digital recorder. I smiled at the blend of natural beauty and technology creating art. I was at peace, breathing in the salt air and being gently energized by the sun-filled beach. It reminded me of childhood summers when I was free to roam the beach. I walked and danced as my toes rejoiced in the sand. I knelt to feel the sand's warmth between my fingers. I've always been inspired by the beach. It's like a bell tolling the call of artistic magic. It's a place which feels like home. You're never alone. Even long-gone loved ones are near.
This town has memories of histories near and far away, journeys taken, cultures bound together by moving water. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Each has played a role. Families adrift, leaving identities, striving in the new world, and beginning and ending indefinable. Therein lies the mystery of the town's journey from its beginning. Why would anyone want to pollute the honor of the flow of stories filled with the memories of families and communities rising from the shores of lakes, rivers, and the sea? All within reach of this town. It's all alive with regeneration. Discover a doorway to where you need to be. The journey begins where you are, together, a community.
That was so beautiful. It makes me feel young again. What's happening to me? I look in the mirror and wonder, who is that I see? I feel young, alive with hope, but the reflection sometimes says otherwise. I gaze at young lovers. I remember love and passion, and I understand. Then reality hits. I'm old enough to be their mother, maybe grandmother. I avert my gaze and remind myself to act my age. But I don't know what that is. Is it chronological, biological, mental, or spiritual?
You encourage person to obsess over the same thing.
Gladys understands. She's steeped in memory, a part of me just like the rest of you. You know that, Sel. Don't you exist to serve at my pleasure and well-being, including all my memories, real or imagined?
Just because you're smarter than the average artsy eccentric, don't forget that my existence and knowledge extend back millennia before mortals like yourself observed cells under a microscope.
I sense a bit of attitude. I'm reminded why your birth name is cellulitis. You certainly can be a royal pain in the...
Don't go there, or I'll give you one.
Sometimes you don't play fair.
How about going back to basics and working from the inside outward? When we make changes deep within, it has a rippling effect on what happens around us. Becoming a better town is like becoming a better person. Not you specifically, people in general. Personal growth is about change. Without change, there's no life. Becoming involves all we can be deep inside and not just on the outside. Sometimes the change is invisible, but it's bubbling beneath the surface like a slow boiling mix of delicious flavors we can feed a town spirit.
Ooh, I like that. It's like dancing flavors.
You're so theatrical.
So says the perfect master of ceremonies, the king of vaudeville, Mr. Showbiz himself.
Talent's like love. Either you got it or you ain't. Either you got it or you ain't. Flaunt it till you can't. Life's too short to hold it in. Find your talent and begin.
Dance, make music, write and draw. Let your heart's desire soar. Give it all, rejoice. Don't waste a second to make your choice.
Talent calls you, you bring it out. Embrace the journey, it's okay to doubt. Fake it, wing it, till you know it's about the journey and the glow.
Fly on high, fan the flame, embrace it all, don't be tame. Success or failure, take the ride. You're an artist, don't dare hide.
Either you got it or you ain't.
Flaunt it till you can't.
Either you got it or you ain't. Flaunt it till you can't, or you can't.
Sometimes that's necessary. Back to our mission, please. Let's take salt, sugar, fat, and fear as an example.
Uh-oh. I think I know where this is going. Not my favorite subject.
All animals react to fear of strangers. A very long time ago, that helped us survive attack from wild animals. Also, we craved sugar, salt, and fat because that motivated us to hunt for them. They were scarce and were essential for life. We still crave salt, sugar, and fat and get scared, but we overdo it. Too much fear causes stress, inflammation, and hostility. Too much salt, sugar, and fat have negative effects. It all affects our behavior, and that affects our families, our town, and beyond.
I certainly feel the effects, especially stress from fear.
I feel exhausted thinking about having to clean out extra salt, sugar, and fat. I hate being treated like a toxic waste dump. I deserve more respect. Let's get person to sue the junk food manufacturers.
This reminds me that nature has always given us the ability to develop tools for survival. And then nature and humans provide challenges which require those very same tools. Ironic, isn't it? It's a vicious circle. Even though we've been on Earth for a very long time, our biological wiring hasn't fully adapted to Earth. It's a bit ironic that we have plans to go to Mars and will need to learn how to live there, but that's human nature, always exploring and moving on, ready or not, because we're smart, strong, creative, and always questioning, always yearning. If you think that getting to Mars is the ultimate challenge, try being a tiny living cell being bombarded by countless microbes every second of every day.
A trip to Mars reminds me that technically, bodies function like spaceships on Earth. People are astronauts living inside a unique spaceship which can go anywhere on Earth.
I prefer to think of humans as butterflies, going through different stages, emerging for flights of wonder during a short life as a butterfly.
Where's a rubber chicken or the hook when you need it?
This reminds me of the days of vaudeville when a bad performer got a rubber chicken thrown at them. What fun!
Sometimes you're both embarrassing. I can't stand it when my alter egos get out of control. Can't live with them, can't live without them. Ball.
The ball? Person, you're our leader. Although that's debatable. You're one of billions of people on the earth. Sometimes you seem to know more about your home and car than how to keep your body safe and in good shape. You get one body in this lifetime. We all need to remember that, and also that we're powered by air, sun, water, food, and movement, and love. Some of those are transparent, clear, or visible, but without them, we're goners. They're constants within a world where so-called truth, fact, and evidence become redefined by history as mythology, miscalculation, or lies.
And the arts. Don't forget the arts. We can't live without the arts.
Many people waiting to be inspired for a moment, a gift of a moment.
Once beautiful, now older, but always ready for inspiration. A welcome joy with its own special healing.
Physical beauty may fade, but the arts never fail to inspire and heal. Inspiration keeps us alive and beautiful forever.
Just what we need. This will help us help the town.
Oh, that ball. I thought you meant the old ball and chain. That ball is for our group therapy.
Sel, sometimes the length of your memory gets in my way. This is the modern version of encouraging people to communicate. It's called a diversity ball. It encourages talking about social and cultural issues.
Let's do that later. We're getting too serious again. Lighten up, everybody.
I'm so gay. I'm so giddy.
We're born to laugh and move.
Could have fooled me. Methinks they protest too much.
So many ideas, so many words. Sometimes words can take on a life of their own in a world of their own. They can sing, I feel music in the air.
I can't remember my next line. The playwright will be furious. Playwrights. Can't live with them, can't live without them. Without them, no theater.
Pulse is weak. Person's life force has been weakening. Current struggles with person's mission have caused a weakening of the system.
I've been feeling something for weeks.
Me too.
That reminds me of my line. My theatrical flair hasn't been my usual brightness and daring.
It's not one thing which has caused this. Person's whole reason for being is in question. I don't think any one thing will save person. Something deep within is dying. It needs to come back to life.
An inner glow always comes in handy when you need it. Audience, please shine your phone lights onto the stage. The rest of you. We need to figure out what might bring person back to us. If we don't, not only will person die, but you'll all disappear. I'll survive in other people, but person's mission isn't done yet. That much I know. We don't have long to reactivate person's weakening spirit.
I ask everyone to take a moment of silence to ask for help for person. Please remember that if person dies, it will affect all of us, including our town. Remember person's mission. A moment of silence.
Listen, I'm here. I've always been here. Please hear me. You've let my voice become too weak. I'm almost gone. It's me, little person. I've been with you since you were born. I'm the child inside you. I'm your precious thoughts. I was here before you danced on the beach. If you let me disappear, you can't survive. I'm keeping you alive. Without you, I will disappear. Please fill me. Please let me live. I'm not ready to go yet. We have a lot to do together with everybody's help. I'm your reason for breathing. Let me help you breathe.
What happened? Where's the child? What happened to the lights?
We lost power, and you gave us a scare. And the Lord said, "Let there be light."
Harry, don't you dare.
Who, me?
I heard singing about butterflies, and Joshua was talking about a flickering light on the horizon. Then everything went dark. Then a child's voice.
Child, we still need to decide how to help the town. Of course, we'll wait till you're feeling better.
We don't have to wait. The answer's been here all along. The townspeople know what they have to do. It lies within their history and core values, which make them strong. It's also about the child inside, the child of hope. My mother used to say that grown-ups are just older-looking children in grown-up clothes, hopefully wiser. I didn't understand what she meant until now. If we listen to the child in each of us, we can keep ourselves alive and well. Our childlike creative spirit can take us where we need to be, and we can grow as a community. The answer lies within each of us, and together we're strong.
We'll talk about it after a good night's sleep.
When I was a child, I created in a small vine-covered arbor in my backyard. Now I create in an office in the woods among the tall oaks and pines. I remember my connection to sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, and intuition, and the animals which live in the woods. I'm rooted in the earth's natural beauty, which breathes life into every movement and every word. It's with those words that we create the mysteries of our personal stories, which will strengthen our town.
I expected either a disaster or a miracle. It seems we had one born from the other. The musical made enough money to start a wellness fund. Person helped where needed and then moved on. A wanderer at heart, person walked the streets of small-town America, digging for gold within each town's core values and history. Students performed excerpts from the musical to open a dialogue about small-town survival and social issues. Person discovered it is the childlike spirit of small-town America which makes America strong and would always be at the heart of what makes it great.
Yes, tomorrow. We will be together tomorrow. We will have hope together.